Good morning, everybody. So today we're going to go over the last part of the three things that help us accelerate our breakthrough. So far we went over our crisis situation and how to get out of one, how to see one coming, what our true resources are, and changing our strategies and how our strategies can help us to accelerate our breakthrough and to progress, and getting a new story or a new vision for our lives. So today we're going to talk about our state, and we're going to bring all three of these together, um, and hopefully I can explain it well enough that you will understand how all three of these together can change our mindset and help us accelerate our breakthrough. So you change your state, you change your life. When we are in the wrong state, get my words here, then we make wrong decisions. Create a new state of mind by changing your story and your strategies. And we've already talked about that, our story and our strategies. Your state determines how we interact with others. So again, our emotions. We have certain states we get into that determines our emotions. Find which state supports us and which states hurt us. In a different state, we have a different story. So again, all this gels together and goes together. When we are upset or angry, our story is different than when we are head over heels in love. So think about this. If you want a great relationship, treat them the same way as you did in the beginning of the relationship, and it won't ever have an end. So here's a story I can relate to myself, and I hope you can relate to. I'm sure we all can remember when we were in the beginning of our relationship and we were just head over heels in love. We would do anything for that person that they asked. So, like they would ask us to take out the trash and we'd say, yes, I'll take out the trash. I would love to take out your trash. And then later in the relationship, either after marriage or, a few years down the road, and they ask you to take out the trash and you're like, what do I look like, your maid or something? So we need to remember to treat our spouse, our people we love in general, like the first time we met them. Now I know it's not all going to be hearts and love all the time, but in the general scope, in the general outlook of things, the big picture, we need to try to treat them like when we first loved them, first fell in love and had that new relationship. So again, we can change our state. This shows how we change our state over time, and it can be changed just like that too. So we need to find the state we want to be in. And for me, it's when I'm happy, I feel the best, and joy, helps us to work our best and to do our best. So we learn to talk with those who are succeeding. We get new strategies from them and model their state. So even those in our upline, we can watch these diamond docs and see how their state might be different from ours, and how this is how they've changed their state, and it has helped them to accelerate their business and to succeed. So we need to get these strategies from their state. So learn from them. So change your story by looking to the future instead of what the past failures have taught you and what you've have in your subconscious and what you have learned from the past. And remember those times you've succeeded. We've all have successes. So remember those times. What were the strategies you used? And, learn from those. And I want to go over some statistics to kind of help you see the success you've already had and have and had. And maybe this will help you change your state a little bit when you think on these things. So if you're a silver ambassador, you are in the top 10% of this company. Think about that, top 10%. There are like 450,000 ambassadors total. Granted, not all of them work the business. A lot of them are just wholesale customers. So you are silver. This is a huge accomplishment. This is something that not very many people do. So look back on that accomplishment and say, how did I do that? What was I thinking? What was my state? How did I change my story to make that happen? How did I talk to people? What strategies did I use? If you are a gold ambassador, you are in the top 2% of the company. Senior gold is 0.78%. Ruby is the top 0.75%. And senior ruby, yay Kalina, is the top 0.5%. And then the jewels, so that's emerald, sapphire, and diamond, are in the top 0.2% of the company. I mean, just let that sink in and think about that as a huge accomplishment. Then I want you to look outside of Plexus at your accomplishments, your children, your church, your friends, your job. You know, I finished college. My things are, you know, I'm a runner. I'm an athlete. I've run a half marathon. I'm a big game hunter. I'm a small game hunter. You know, my children have been blessed to know the Lord and are following in His footsteps and in His will. They both have amazing spouses. And I can't contribute that anything to me. That is definitely God. So, but those are successes that God has given us, and that's where the tire meets the road. That's where we get all of our strength from, is from God, and He gives us our successes. But then we also learn strategies and a state of mind that we were in when we were having those successes. So bottom line is, if we change our story, our state, and our strategy, and become more resourceful, then we change our life. Remember, our resources are our creativity, our emotions, our persistence, our commitment, our determination. These are our resources and will help us strategize. So there is no limit to what we can do in our life, in our family, our business, and our happiness. No limit. Take the lid off and think about, and I'm going to go over this later too. Think about how great God is. I mean, He created this world. He created, go out from there, this universe. He created everything from nothing. So think about how you feel about that. Think about how much you can do. We're never going to be able to be as great as God, and we shouldn't strive to be as great as God. But we have His resources that He gave us to become as much as we want to. There is not a limit, because we can never exceed what God has done or who God is. And He gave us everything we need. So take the lid off. Heaven is the limit. Don't quit till you die, and you will succeed. So these changes will help us to be pulled toward meeting our goals instead of feeling like we're constantly being or pushing to our success. That only wears us out. We push for success, for something to change. And finally, we get to the point where we just get sick and tired of being sick and tired. We are tired of seeing our goals not being met month after month, year after year. And we finally get to a crisis situation. Then we decide we will change. We are tired of not being successful. So then we have our breakthrough. I mean, sometimes I know I have to reach kind of a low point before I can crawl my way back out of the bottom. When you have a breakthrough, you're going to shoot out of that bottom. That was hilarious. You're going to shoot from the bottom and go to the top. because your breakthrough is going to change everything. So what have we changed? We got a different strategy. We changed our story. We changed our state. We know when we're in a crisis and we can get through a crisis. So hold a new standard that you are going to consistently strengthen your strategy, your story, your state, and meet your goals. So this is something we have to work on daily. I do this through prayer, through some incantations, and don't let that sound creepy to you, because it's just words I repeat over and over again with an emotional strength that I now believe that these things have already happened in my life, and so I'm being propelled toward those goals and actually getting the title of Diamond, Ruby, Senior Ruby, Emerald, and on up to Diamond. So I've already done that. I already have that mindset of being a diamond. Now I am doing those things, taking those actions to propel me forward to that, instead of feeling like I've always got to push, push, push and meet these goals and do things. I'm in a much more calm state, because I know that these goals are going to be accomplished. They're already accomplished. And then, this wraps up, and I hope this helps to mesh all three of these together, and you can see how all three of these help accelerate your breakthrough. So I would love to hear if you have had your breakthrough. You'll know it when you do. If you have maybe changed some things and seen how changing your strategies can work. I have tons of other stuff I'd love to go over, but if y'all don't want me to, I understand. Sometimes I don't know if I get things across like I would like to. So the next thing that I can go over, if y'all would like, is our decisions that we make, and some questions we need to ask ourselves when making a decision. When the Senior Ruby trip came along that Laura and Donna Lee have put together, this really helped me to break through. When I had a goal that I wanted to meet before they even brought this contest along, and then they brought this along, and I realized I'm not anywhere near where I wanted to be, and maybe this will help me to accelerate my breakthrough. And so when they brought this along, I know that I might not qualify for this trip, but I know that I'm going to be closer to the next time they offer a trip that I will qualify. So never look at, not meeting a goal as being a failure. Look at it as a way to grow your strategies and to become more resourceful, to pour more into your team, and to become the diamond that you already are. So vote for Kyle White. We have a parade today, so I'll be busy doing that this afternoon. So I will see you all tomorrow, and we'll talk about some decisions if that sounds good to y'all. Bye.